That's me, Mike Federali. I'm the creator and writer of The Skyrocket. It's the story of bad girl gone good, Samantha Robbins, saving the world from mad scientists, monsters, and evil ninjas with help from her robot friend Watson. There he is now. Anyway, making this comic book is a lifelong dream, but it is expensive. First you pay the artist, the inker, the letterer, the printer, add in shipping and advertising, and before you know it, you're in the poorhouse. I don't want that, you don't want that, nobody wants that. So, we've teamed up with Kickstarter.com to help us raise money and are offering some amazing rewards for your pledge. I'm especially proud of our Put Me in the Book, Comic Cameo, and New Villain pledges. The Put Me in the Book pledge is $100 and it gets your likeness in the book as a background character. Probably someone in need of superheroic saving from a giant monster. The Comic Cameo pledge is $200 and it gets you in the book with a line of dialogue. You send us some photos of yourself and we do the rest. It's a lot like getting a speaking role in a movie, but better because you can fold it up and put it in your pocket to show people. And for $300 is my personal favorite, the New Villain pledge. We have some villains coming up in the next few issues that don't have real names. Now you can call that lazy, or you can call that the opportunity of a lifetime, as you could become one of our new villains. Maybe you'll be a criminal mastermind, or a six-armed ninja, or a giant half-person, half-buffalo. Who knows? Right now you're probably saying, man, I've seen enough, where do I sign up? Go visit www.theskyrocket.com and follow our pledge link to Kickstarter. Every pledge helps us continue to make our dream of making this comic a reality, and we thank you.
Okay, go.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. No. Yes, we have a bit of a special here today.
Is this our first comic news special?
Since you've been on, basically, yes.
Excellent, excellent.
And this time it's not a cheesy sketch where I'm running to Brocky music.
That's right.
Our guest has no clue what the hell I'm talking about, and he'll just go with it.
Just assume that this happened, Mike.
Just pretend. Go with it. It's like you're watching a TV show that's been on for years, and you're just watching randomly. Just go with it.
Yeah. After
Manos, how about you introduce our guest?
Okay, I'd be happy to. I'd like to introduce a terrific guy, a little bit of a Renaissance man, the writer and creator of the comic books The Skyrocket and the upcoming Baku, Mike Federali.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm clapping for myself.
Yes,
Hello.
welcome.
What are you talking about? They could totally hear us right now. They're responding right now somehow with technology. Good to have you here. This is the most professional thing we've ever done.
Nice. Me too.
And let's see. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on, Mike.
Right now, I told you that I would hijack the show quickly so that I could do this first, and then I'll answer every possible thing. But I don't want to leave anybody out in all the shout-outs that I was promising that I would do.
Gotcha.
I just want to talk about the Baku.net is where you can see the current comic. The Skyrocket.com is where you can see the Skyrocket comic, or MikeFederali.com, or just find me on Facebook, Mike Federali. I'm the only one.
Okay.
So, it's not hard to find.
He's so special. He's the only one.
Yes, and then also ComicKings.com is where I do a couple of book reviews myself and talk about comics as well. And that's it. That's all my plugs. That's everything.
Thank goodness your name isn't like Steve Jones or something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That'd be tougher.
It'd have to be really specific and... Yeah, he has this picture, I think.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm really hoping no one sends me a message asking, what was it again?
All right, I guess we should do some Q&A. Duke, you want to go first, or?
I want you to go first. This was your whole idea. You spearheaded it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Anyway,
Duke doesn't want to interview me.
All right. I'd say, would you say call yourself the one of the founders, so the founder of Primal Paper?
I'll say I'm one of the co-founders. Absolutely. It's a group of us in the same fashion that Image is, 4 or 5 people got together and decided they wanted to have a company. It's more of an umbrella company for people to do their own individual comics. That's it. I mean, it really is that simple. That's why I very quickly run out of things to say about it. You'll be able to check out 41 by Bob France. You'll be check out Willpower by Vince White. Eventually, we would love to have the Red Knight.
Oh, that would be great.
Yes.
I support that as well.
The Skyrocket is already there, and the Baku will be along shortly.
What really started you on the Skyrocket? What was? Can you tell me any kind of inspiration you got on that book?
the short answer is I always love comics. The long, tough, sad answer is Bob France and I were working on a comic book for a long time called World Guard, and it was so massive and such a huge undertaking that every artist we showed it to was like, yeah, I don't know that I can, contribute 2 years of my life to drawing that, because it would just be insane. And like, even now we've like considered finding ways to cut it and redo it, but I guess out of that there was just some desire for me to still do something, and it was like, well, maybe I should streamline my efforts and make something a lot simpler, a lot easier. Found an artist named you've heard me talk about this. Named Osmar from Argentina.
Yeah.
And he was the great story behind him is that he was the only one to ask for the script. Everybody else was just telling me their page rates and stuff like that. So he was the only one to ask for the script. Basically, he was the only person that actually cared what he was going to be working on. So I just swooped him up, and we've been working on stuff ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see, for our viewers out there who haven't read the comic, what's the Skyrocket about?
The Skyrocket is about Samantha Robbins. She is the daughter of a. It's hard to say criminal, but like she's the daughter of a scientist, and she becomes for the first part of her life she was a criminal herself, and then she's given the opportunity to kind of expunge her criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
And so in doing so, she fights some monsters for a organization called Sub Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of cool. I don't want to. I really wish people would just check it out. theskyrocket.com. Oh no, are you okay, Duke?
No, I'm sorry. I tried to hold it in for a while.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing the plug.
It was that you were trying to keep from.
Right.
There's another thing I was holding back.
That's basically it. It's a very, very fun action book. It's got a little touch of comedy. It's it's hard to describe. I love it. It's one of my favorite books, and not just because I created it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it, especially issue 3. I liked a lot. I put that on my top 10. Actually.
Did you like the 2-page Michael Bay-esque explosion?
Of course. But when you have plans, what else do you have planned for the Skyrocket?
Right now, the book it's not on hiatus. It's just between story arcs, and it will continue with 4, 5, and 6. But 4, 5, and 6 will be a totally new story.
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't ongoing, but every couple issues we start something new. So it'll be.
This is all self-funded.
It's essentially a series of series, if that makes any sense.
It does. Not too dissimilar to Hellboy, isn't it?
I would love to say that it's.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I would love to say that it's like that, but they're not. No, Hellboy is this amazing masterpiece, and mine is a struggling beginner's effort. So.
But every idea is like that.
If it was to put me in the category of that, I will gladly sit back and go, yes, that's great, and then I'll go home and cry and feel bad about myself.
Aww.
I'm like,
to be perfectly honest, I do that for this show.
I wish it was true.
I'm the same way with this show. You'll never be like CBR. I don't try.
Let's see. You got a question for him?
Okay, let's get the list of generic questions. What was your inspiration for all your comics, I guess? Because aiming specifically would take too long.
No. It's
I'm kidding.
I kind of just basically write a story, period, and then go from there. And then like you kind of have to create a hero that like fits for your story. So for me, the Skyrocket, I had that story for a long time. Not a long time, but I had the story. Then it's like, okay, well, I'll build a hero around that. So it's not really easy to say that there's an inspiration for any one thing in it, if that makes sense. I mean, and to be absolutely honest, most characters that I write, I'll take some aspect from my own life, which everybody does. Like, otherwise you have no firsthand knowledge of how to write that experience.
Yeah, then you're Vulcan trying to write.
Sure.
If you're just doing it that way. Like, everything comes from the heart.
Right. And so Skyrocket is a character that, wants redemption for her own past and has issues and is kind of a loner, that kind of stuff. Like, there's things that I could take from my own life and go, oh, that fits for that. And the Baku is the same way. It's well, not the same way, but same on behalf of me writing it, it's the same. As far as me taking, okay, there's a character who could be doing very, very good and just kind of somehow isn't the in the book the Baku is a child who is left on the doorsteps of a church. The church doesn't want the baby. They give it to Chinese railroad workers in the Gold Rush, California, who raise him to become the Baku, and he's kind of not living up to he's just kind of not living up to his abilities and whatnot. So yeah.
Wow. I love the art that's been coming out.
Drew Moss, DrewMossArt.com, is nothing less than stunning. He's an absolutely stunning artist. And
I'll make sure I use it as
he is a beautiful man. He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
What was that, Duke?
I'll make sure a lot of the imagery's in the video.
Oh,
I need someone to stare at something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll send you guys as much as you guys need. A couple
okay.
and a couple.
And anything will work.
I'll definitely send you one great photo of Drew Moss. If you can promise me that as I'm saying this right now, the photo of Drew Moss will be up, then I have no problem.
Don't worry. I'm writing a note down for myself.
Great.
And let's see. I'm trying to think. Now Baku is a one shot, right?
Baku is a one shot. I guess the official title will be The Baku. It's a one shot, but there's already been a lot of talk because of how much of a great response we're getting to do another one and another one. But it is a self-contained story. At least if the second story isn't issue 2, then it'll be another self-contained. If that makes sense. So instead of it being Baku 1, 2, 3, it'll be Baku this story. Baku the second one will be this story. Kind of like Indiana Jones and the such and such. So that's the best way to go about it. Right.
So there's going to be a nuclear fridge sometime.
Yes. Don't curse me with that. I promise.
He's going to be desperate one night. And he's like, put him in a fridge. He'll survive.
I promise that will not happen. If anything, because my book takes place in the 1890s. There will be no nuclear testing. Yes.
Or refrigerators, possibly.
Yeah. Maybe an icebox.
Oh, I think that's kind of almost in the same.
Sure.
Anyway,
you can ask another question.
Sure. What's the first comic character you ever kind of latched onto?
Batman. Absolutely. Come on.
Okay.
I think
I've heard people say I'm crazy.
Don't threaten him. I need him next week.
I'm Batman too, man.
I think honestly,
you don't have to hurt us.
I think that anybody who doesn't say Batman is probably lying. Because if you say something that's not Batman, what are the odds that you were really exposed to any superhero that wasn't Batman or Superman as the first superhero you got into? Mm-hmm. Not really good. And maybe there's a kid out there who's like Spawn, now there is. Yeah. But at least for our age and a little older, it's got to be like.
God, that's so strange to think about.
So there's a kid right now who the first time that he's seen Iron Man is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or there's a kid right now who's like, you know what I love? Eric Bana is the Hulk. You know? So and to him, he's totally right. He doesn't know the Bill Bixby Hulk. He doesn't know the great show that is the Incredible Hulk from the 70s. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
sorry, I got a little bit of rant there.
No. Well, I can't wait for people to be into, their first Wonder Woman will be this David E. Kelly masterpiece that's coming out.
Yeah, I don't feel like that at all.
That's totally Wonder Woman.
Yeah, well, but that's
with the plastic pants.
So, yes, but for me, I go with it's Batman. It's always been Batman. When I was a kid, my dad used to get my brother and I each comic books.
Yeah.
And this is just fate on my part. This was he just handed me the Batman stuff and handed my brother the Superman stuff. And the only reason he gave us different comic books was to know who exactly to yell at if they left their comic books out. So if it was my books are the Batman. So if mine were left out, I was the one that was in trouble.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's an interesting way of parenting.
And think about that. Like if not for that one random act, I could be sadly a Superman fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's that close.
Yeah.
There's an alternate universe right now where that occurred.
Exactly. And
somewhere out there.
There's an alternate universe, and I'm writing Rocket Sky. That's what I'm doing.
And he's going, man, who the fuck would read Batman? I don't know. I mean, jeez.
That's insane.
That's similar to my story. I started out Batman and Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
My first comic was a Spider-Man. And actually very similar. My dad just showed up after work. I didn't ask him for any comic books. Right. He just goes, here.
I found this on the floor. Take it.
Yeah. Sweeped up some dog crap. Here.
Oh. That's not how you treat comic books, man.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of times it can be like that. It can be apparent. How about you, Duke? Since we're talking about this, let's
here's the
interview
thing.
you for a second.
As a kid, I know I've read comics, but I have a learning disability and a memory problem, so I don't know what my first comic ever was.
Have we hit the time limit yet?
We're close, but I can talk for 30 seconds.
All right.
The first comic I've read that's got me in the comics, that was a few years back, was Dark Knight Returns and Dark Knight Strikes Again, because the bookstore was going out of business.
Probably they ordered too many copies of Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yes. Hold on. Yeah, well, it was B. Dalton, which I think they're all gone now. They were like the tiny Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, Borders just died. I mean,
Yes.
that is so strange.
Not really. That's not really strange.
Okay, maybe.
Have you
it's
been
not
into
strange.
Borders?
Yes.
That's some pretentious stuff right there.
Yeah,
man.
I admit that, but I mean, it's funny. I worked for Walden Books for a while, and they got bought not too long before I started working for them. And then Borders closed them all up.
Oh yeah.
And now Borders is gone. It's just so odd.
I worked at Barnes and Noble, and at the time there was a very strict dress code policy.
Yeah, I remember it was
you had to have
bank
the hard
business
shoes.
casual.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have the hard shoes.
Which one did you work at?
It was over on Independence Boulevard.
Okay.
Pembroke. Yeah.
Pembroke. Okay, I worked at the Greenbrier one.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yay!
This will be meaningless to anybody watching
Yeah.
elsewhere in the
Hi,
country.
like right now, I'm like, are you two high-fiving about that?
No, I promise you we were not high-fiving.
There's-
We shook hands. I hate high-fiving.
There's some guy in England going, I don't care.
Yeah. But the Borders, I'll especially say I won't specifically cite any one person here, but when I worked at Barnes & Noble, you had to adjust a certain way, and then when Borders came along, it was the exact opposite. It was like I went in there and one dude had no shoes. And I don't mean like he had sandals on or he was like dressing down and kind of like a little bit of a hipster. I mean like he had no shoes, and this was totally okay.
Wow.
And I was like, no, this is just kind of weird. And you have a lot of guys who they have neck beard. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I've seen
like you go in and they've got neck beard going, and they're wearing like a clever T-shirt, and they've got the collar coming out of the top.
There are times where I look like that.
If I go to a bookstore, I want the people there looking as close as they can as if they worked in a library as well. I want people that that I could what's the word I'm looking for? I could profile them and say, oh, that person reads books. Mm-hmm. I don't want the guy that's like, I don't even know what's going on here. Like it's like there's very, very standoffish and weird. No hellos, no anything. Just I can't.
One more bookstore.
I'm glad they're gone.
One more bookstore story before we get back to
sure,
the subject at
absolutely.
hand.
My apologies. I ramble.
So do I. When I was working at Barnes & Noble, I had this one guy. He slammed on the counter this huge, like maybe 2-foot tall stack of books, and I rung him up, and it was like $170 or something like that. And then he just stared at me. He was confused, and I just repeated it again. It's like, it's $175, and he looked at me and went, no, man, I just want to borrow them.
That's awesome.
And I told him, no, you buy books here.
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
And no. And then he like stepped back, and said, "Nah, man, that's okay." And he like walked off. I was some kind of asshole or something. Anyway, and then I took.
Well, you should have just let him borrow the books.
Yeah, well,
I can see his side to this.
Oh yes, of course. But then, okay, so I'm like irritated. I call the manager over to void this sale, and I take a look at the books because I'm gonna, put them back, and they were all how to start a business. It's like, good luck.
That's cool.
The best part is one of them says, don't let people borrow the stuff at your store.
That's chapter 1, page 1. That's very simple.
That's cool.
All right. Let's see. Do you have any other questions for Mike?
They're not really questions about his project or anything. They're generic questions. What's your comic guilty pleasure?
That's tough. Anybody who already knows me that's listening to this knows that I have a. People think it's a joke, but I truly do like Aquaman.
Hey, amen.
There you go. I like Aquaman.
Duke likes Aquaman too.
Todd Knox, Teen Titans. Let's see. which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Ultimates.
Now, did you like the Jeff Loeb Ultimates?
No.
I love the
I hate to
Millar.
say that too because I do like Jeff Loeb's work.
Me
but
too.
I didn't think that he did good for Ultimates.
Jeff Loeb is so on and off with me. Sometimes I love his stuff, and sometimes I can't stand it. There's just no...
I think for every Spider-Man blue, there's a Daredevil yellow.
Exactly,
Something like that.
yeah.
And then Captain America White's never come out. So I'm kind
sure-
of bummed about that.
I'm sure it exists in some hoary netherworld.
Right, that's true. And then was it
That same
Small Halloween?
netherworld where he read Superman.
Right, exactly. Nice.
But let's see. Oh, did you have a couple other questions? I think you made a few.
I did, but I can't find them.
Would you guys?
I did write them down. I think I left them in my locker at school.
Of course. Actually, let's that's a good idea. Let's go to the Kickstarter.
So let's talk about Kickstarter. So Kickstarter.com is this website where you can raise money to do your comic book projects, art projects, videos, that kind of stuff. And the Baku is on Kickstarter.com. You can go to the site, type in the Baku, and we'll come up. And we're raising money to cover the cost of printing, to go to a couple comic conventions. And what's great about it is it's not just donating. It's you're basically buying just cool rewards that we came up with. So you can buy issues of the comic book and we'll mail them. You can buy signed issues. You can buy artwork. You can buy posters, T-shirts. What else? That's it. There's just a lot of stuff that you can support us at the same time, get something for yourself. I mean, I can't speak highly enough about Kickstarter. Like they've just totally changed how we especially are going to be putting out these comics.
It's an exciting website. And I talked to a whole bunch of people who are also creating something
right.
or on some work of art, and they don't know about it. And more people need to know about it. More artists need to know that this is available to them.
I think and this is a good thing on behalf of Kickstarter. I think they don't know about it because Kickstarter's not going out of their way to make crazy commercials on TV and stuff like that, where it's like it becomes. It's kind of this little hidden thing for now, and the right artists are kind of finding it and flocking to it. And then anybody who does it's going to be telling their friends, this has got to be one of those sites that word of mouth is doing so much for this website.
Yeah, it hasn't been ruined yet.
Exactly.
It's like YouTube.
It's not
the first
spoiled.
year.
It's not like where I go. It's not like I go and then I lose half of the money because of their fees or something like that. It's nothing like that. We've already raised 2,000, and what we're going to do is we're going to shoot for 4, and if we make 4,000, we're gonna have a huge pizza party at Comic Kings, which is the greatest comic book store in the world in Virginia Beach.
I don't doubt that.
Yes. You should not, Duke. You should not doubt that.
You need to come here from Nebraska.
You should visit from Nebraska and go to Comic Kings. And I work there every Wednesday. You can come check out the new comic books, and we can talk and hang out. And again, like I said, if we make this huge goal, which your listeners, I implore them to please go visit and check us out. And if there's something on there that they like, they can even do for $1. You can support the book that we're making, and you can get a shout out. And I literally mean I will spell your name in all caps and say thank you on Facebook for the world to see.
That sounds like a prestigious honor. I totally will do that if I have the money.
I'm pretty happy about it.
Oh wait, I'm spending all my money on Stargate DVDs.
You need to calm down with the Stargate, man.
Or slow down.
Step away.
Stargate will still be
You know what?
Adventure for you.
Yeah. Get that plan someday, Manos, and then maybe I'll consider it. But until then, long live Daniel Jackson. I'm not stopping.
You're going to walk into your house and you're going to go, hey, Justin, they blew himself up, dude. Logan, what are you doing all
Oh, you guys paid a lot of money to fly over here, didn't you?
We love you, Duke, too much to let you keep doing this to yourself.
Or you know what would be even better? If perhaps you wanted to, you could go on Kickstarter and raise money to build an actual Stargate yourself. That would be too.
I'm going to need a lot of most of the money's going to an electric bill to power the damn thing right now.
Yeah, solar power.
Screw
the environment. I'm going to another planet.
There was one thing that I would like to build this so badly. I would like to get you guys remember the episode I'm gonna say this wrong and someone's gonna go nuts on your YouTube and your other stuff. The City on the Edge of Tomorrow, is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I would like to get, the rocks, the runes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would like to get foam rocks. Hear me out.
Okay.
Foam rocks that could go around the monitor of your laptop. so that when you're on your laptop, and then when your computer comes on, it would say it in that voice, like that.
That's
Oh,
cool.
check out the blah blah blah. You have email.
I
Someone has poked you on Facebook. And then a little bit of smoke appears. The website takes you to where you want to go. That's awesome.
Do you want to check your email?
Yeah.
You have stuff from the electric company.
Exactly.
That is great.
You have spam.
Do you want to delete it or just keep it in folder?
There's a Nigerian prince who needs your help. Oh man.
And I think that would do well. I think that would really do well. If we continue to go really, really well on Kickstarter, I can honestly see myself doing that as the next project that I do on Kickstarter. I don't know.
Your Amazon order has been canceled. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
I had one more. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to?
No plug. No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I've mentioned. I'm so happy to be here. Like I said, I know you guys have a bunch of loyal fans and stuff like that. So if you could please just, I know you guys will.
Loyal fans will turn on us in a second.
The second we make fun of Voltron, they'll go nuts.
Oh no.
Yes, and then I have to apologize.
You're making jokes about the car version of.
Yes, and how we
Yeah.
No, don't do that, dude. I can.
disrespect, man.
I don't know who argued with you guys about that, but I can see their side on that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the car version of Voltron. It was more than 5.
It's minivans.
But it was
Come
more
on.
Than, but it was more than 5 cars, right?
It's like 80 cars.
Okay, but let's be fair too.
And they're flying through space.
Right. They're space cars. I get
They're
that.
space cars.
But
They don't-
that makes them cool. I haven't seen a car in space. Have you?
yeah, but they don't even look like.
They're space cars.
Well, there was this really failed attempt once in Arkansas.
They are space cars that become a giant robot. I see no problem with this at all. I can say that. You know what? You asked me before. What's a guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Car Voltron, definitely. Car. Car. I don't know what you'd call that. I don't know what his actual name was, but I was down with that.
Oh, that's great. All right. I think that's it.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
It was great having you.
Thank you.
We were shaking hands. You can't see. But
Handshaking sound.
Imagine it right now. I'm imagining it.
yeah, it's great having you here. Thank you for doing this, Mike.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for putting up with our insanity.
And yours, mine.
Yes. So, and thank you for watching this, because hopefully a lot of people watch this. This was entertaining.
Yeah, I hope so.
Excellent.
I'll be putting this everywhere. Believe me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, we'll make sure you see it when it's up.
Great.
Okay. Bye, folks.
Bye.